I'm doing a small production of copper and zinc tabletops, and I made a clamping breakthrough with these new and improved clamping Cauls that effectively redistributes the clamping pressure from the edge all the way to the center, so I have ample clamping pressure to flatten out these tops and provide a very good glue bond. And I have a stack of 3 in one operation, and I did 4 in the last operation, and got better results with this method than the other methods that I've tried previously. So a couple of other clamping options that don't work as well are these ridiculously large deep reach clamps. This is a 20-inch throat depth Bessie clamp. Very expensive, but not really a practical clamp to use. It does look impressive, and I like to amuse people with it when they come into the wood shop, but it's really difficult to handle. I feel like I'm going to hurt myself doing it sometimes, and it's difficult to line up right, and it doesn't really apply that much clamping pressure given the large depth of the throat, and it's expensive, not very practical tool. Nice to have one of them for solving problems on the go, but it doesn't really get me where I need to go with clamping these tops. The other option is using the Toyota bottle jack system, which theoretically should work very well, but the problem I was having was the deflection of the work surface under load. My building is strong, but not strong enough to take the load that provides. So it shifts things out of alignment and actually will start shifting the substrate if it's not perfectly flat. So my floor will deflect under the load, and I was never able to fully utilize the strength of the bottle jack. But if I had a concrete floor and an I-beam above that, then theoretically that would be a very practical way to clamp things. But in this case, the best option was using these clamping Cauls, and I was able to get a lot of pressure towards the center and flatten out these tops, and that was the way to go. So I'm going to do a quick video just showing how I made these clamping Cauls. I made a pattern and a template, and there's a couple different ways to make a curve. You can get a straight edge like a ruler and then deflect the ruler to make a curve. I chose to plot out points using the DeltaCAD computer program so I could get the left and right side arch to match as closely as I could, and then I just sanded it smooth and got a nice curve just by eye. But that's how I made a template, and then I made the blanks, and I ended up cutting them down. I cut 1 inch off of it because it was too stiff at first. So you want to be able to get the right load redistributing properties. Otherwise the clamps max out before you get it to flatten enough. But anyways, so the material I used to make the clamping Cauls was clear, straight-grained hemlock that had minimal knots and good tight grain. It came from rough cut 2x4s that are a little bit thicker than the standard 2x4 and tight grain, which makes the wood stronger. 2x4s can have very wide grains and can vary in softness and don't work quite as well. So the hemlock was a good choice for this. I got some new iron pipe for making pipe clamps. I had a hard time finding decent looking black iron pipe. The stuff at Home Depot was all rusted and not really looking good. So I found some made in USA iron pipe at the plumbing supply warehouse, and it looks a lot better. But anyways, I'm going to show how to make these super clamping Cauls. If you do any type of veneer pressing, these are great to have and enables you to clamp more for less. The router bit I started with is this pattern cutting bit. I did 2 passes with that one, and then another pass with the different kind of pattern bit. This is a neat clamp. It's got like the bridge truss design. These old clamps, the Wetzlers especially, you can definitely tell that they're stronger than the more modern Bessies when you put them under load like this. We're gonna do